the guys you played with, who do you think of from your career that you think stands out, Joe?
I mean, there's so many that I was able to play with and memories. But, I mean, the guys I always come back to thinking about is just Frank Gore, number one in my list, just because of the impact that, I think he knows now, because I've made a point of telling him over the years about how much of an impact that he had in my career, just watching him when I was coming in as a rookie. He was fresh off a 1,600-yard rushing season. He was the man at the franchise. And just seeing the way that he worked every single day, just kind of like set the example of what a pro athlete and an NFL player is, and how do you got to act and behave to make what you want to make out of your career. And so he had a huge impact on. Then we became, really close friends, and still the same way today. Just getting to practice against Justin Smith every day just made me such a better player. Him and Alden at the same time. I was kind of entering my prime of my career there, and being able to go against those guys every single day in practice just made me so much better. And then just, a bunch of different players that you just get to meet over the years, and compete against, and, big moments, and, also just being able to go to a Pro Bowl and see all the guys that you just looked up to your whole entire life, and meeting them and being around their families. There's a ton of great memories.
Well, I think Frank Gore is a Hall of Famer, Joe. I don't think there's any question about it. Yeah, you didn't even stutter right there. I mean, what do you mean, what he taught you? I mean, because, again, there's a lot of people who think Frank isn't that impactful because he's just been around for so long. That's his most impactful thing that he's done as a career in his career, is that his longevity. But I'd love to give you the floor and what that means to you.
I think part of that is because of Frank's personality. I think Frank is never going to be a guy that's going to, puff his own chest out and give himself publicity. He's a guy that just kind of goes to work every single day. And that is part of it, getting your name out there and being a guy that people talk about all the time. And he's an under the radar guy. And, I think just his longevity, I think that's not something to be held against him. I think that's something to be celebrated, because at that position, it is incredibly hard to be year in and year out consistent. And I think that was what I learned the most from him, is like what it takes to be a consistent football player, and not just someone that has 2-3 good years, but to be a Hall of Fame player your whole entire career. You have to work a certain way. And seeing him be on the field an hour before practice started, going through an intense workout every single day, whether it's getting ready for a playoff game or if it was in, the middle of May, he took every single day super serious. He made a point of learning every single aspect of our offense that we were running, not just what he was doing and what his responsibilities were, but, how is the guard attacking this 3 technique? What's the center's calls on his pass protections? He left no stone unturned, and I think that was, just something that stuck with me forever, is that it's not just about what you're doing. It's about what the whole entire team's doing, and, how can we get better from that aspect?
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.